Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
Thank you very much, Cathaoirleach, and I do want to thank the Social Democrats for putting this motion down. I think we do all have the shared ambition to solving the housing crisis. We may come at it from different angles, but keeping the debate going is really important. So it is. I do want to address Deputy Batch's comment yesterday about me not being present for the PMB. Last week, Cabinet was sitting at the time, and that's where I was at that moment in time, but there was 2 Ministers for Housing present. And just in relation to... I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
You came in at the very end.
Sorry, there's no talking across the chamber. The Minister to speak, please.
Thank you very much, Cathaoirleach. And I do want to thank everybody who has contributed to this very important debate. So I do, and as my government colleague, Minister Troy, stated at the outset, this government is absolutely committed to building more homes in Ireland. We are working continuously to meet this challenge, to design and implement policies that shift the dial on delivery and to review and improve our approach where we identify obstacles to meet our targets. In that regard, we want to work collectively with deputies throughout the House to bring forward solutions to the challenges that we face. This requires addressing the many challenges around housing delivery to achieve that shared goal, rather than creating further obstacles or difficulties. Addressing Ireland's housing shortage requires a substantial increase in the supply of new homes for purchase and for rent. And in that respect, simplifications are not constructive. They do not build homes, and they set public opinion against channels that do. We must be clear on our purpose in attracting private capital, which is to increase the supply of housing. And while I hear a lot of high-level remarks in here and a lot of ideology, we do not hear the how. How are we going to increase that supply of housing? How we are going to get to those houses that we need delivered? And while Housing for All is backed by unprecedented state investment of over £6 billion per annum, developing homes will require a significant amount of investment capital, and the government cannot deliver on this programme alone. Through the updated modelling undertaken by the Department of Finance, it is estimated that £20 billion of development funding per annum, comprising both debt and equity, will be required to develop the 50,000 homes per year that we need. While a portion of this will come from our domestic banks, the majority of private development finance will be required from international sources. Institutional investments, such as investment by Irish and European pension funds, are critically important in generating the additional supply of homes that we need. Without this investment, activity in the housing market would be much reduced and would increase the significant pressure already facing renters and prospective homeowners. Capital from well-established investors, including pension and insurance funds, is a normal facet of housing systems in many of our European neighbours and beyond. External sources of finance will be needed to bridge the gap between the overall funding requirements to build 50,000 homes each year, and that provided via direct exchequer funding, state borrowing, HBFI and domestic banking sector. And apartment development in particular is capital intensive, and the forward investment provided by institutional finance has been a key enabler. By unlocking the development capital required, enabling construction to proceed and to deliver much needed supply. Many of these homes would not be available today without that investment. And since 2019, apartments as a proportion of overall completions have risen from 16 to 33%, and this would not have happened in the absence of non-bank funding. Overall, it is clear that in order to continue to make progress, we need investment from multiple sources, both private and public, and our mix of policies must reflect that. The state is doing more than it ever has before. An unprecedented level of public resources are being directed at housing, and that is the right thing to do, and the government will continue to do this. However, we cannot do it alone. We need more housing of every type, social, affordable and private, and this can only be achieved through public and private sector working together and their respective strengths. This government is firmly focused on the delivery of more homes for families, for individuals, for those who need support from the state, from private owners, for renters, for right-sizers. And the need for housing are varied, and we have a multifaceted response to those needs. We have seen much progress in the delivery of homes. However, we know that we need to do much more, and we are committed to doing what is needed. Thank you, Cathaoirleach.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.